So to round 10, the Rally of Finland, formerly the Thousand Lakes Rally. Besides the championship battles, the big story was the return of Toyota to the World Championship with their new car, the Corolla.
Okay, it's the first time with this car during the race, and sure we start with a very difficult competition.
The car is packed with gadgets, like an electronic gear change joystick to the right of the driver. Oriol would contest all 5 of the remaining events, being joined by guest drivers like Finland's Markus Gronholm on his home event. The local hero was Tommi Mäkinen, favourite to win again. The shock was that he wasn't the early leader. Sainz was the first non-Scandinavian to win the rally, and he led after stage 1. Colin McRae also enjoys rallying in Finland. He was faster than Mäkinen on 3 of the first 4 stages. Ericsson too fired up after his victory in New Zealand. And another local hero, Juha Kankkunen. Local children clamouring for his autograph at every service area. By the end of leg 1, Mäkinen was 5th, slowed by a string of turbo and intercom problems. Kankkunen was 4th, 3 Fords in the top 4.
70, very long fast left opens, 50.
Jarmo Kutaleta was 3rd last year and was 3rd again in his privately run Escort at the end of day 1. Sainz should have been 2nd, but gambled on dropping to 6th by taking a time penalty.
We didn't want to be first car on the road at all.
Why is that?
Because if it is dry like it seems like it is, it's not good at all tomorrow.
It was a stunned Markus Gronholm who led the rally at the end of the first day of competition for the new Toyota.
It's a little bit surprised, yes, but it's good for Toyota and also for me. It's very nice to lead the World Championship rally.
10 stages lay ahead on day 2, the longest day, which began at dawn. Gronholm discovered that first on the road was indeed a disadvantage. In 5th place, going into stage 5, the first of the day, Colin McRae discovered that it would also be his last. A dull rattle signifying the same problem which had caused retirement in both Portugal and New Zealand.
Obviously pretty gutted. The championship really out the window now, unless Tommy and Carlos had a disaster here.
Thanks to Sainz's gamble, Kutaleta was 2nd, but trying a little too hard perhaps. McRae outleft Ericsson representing Subaru. He was 4th after stage 11. Sainz was fastest on 2 of the first 4 stages and led the rally after stage 8. Mäkinen meanwhile had climbed to 3rd, 15 seconds behind the Spaniard. Sainz had been right. First place on the road wasn't the place to be. Gronholm had slipped to 5th, but was happy enough. The car was certainly quick. Stage 12, and Kenneth Ericsson was about to join Colin McRae on the long journey home.
Koya stopped like 2 kilometers in on stage number 12, possibly the same problem as Colin has, I think.
Didier Auriol, meanwhile, couldn't match Gronholm's pace. Suspension and then transmission breakages cost over 3 minutes.
We have only two front wheel drives, so the problem comes inside the gearbox.
Finns continued to dominate the rally. Kutaleta was 5th at the end of the day. It had been a frustrating second leg for Gronholm. He was 4th. Frustration too for Kankkunen, who'd slipped from 2nd to 3rd. while Sainz, team leader, had slipped back to second.
Menos se cierran. Para izquierda rápida menos, acaba rasando en derecha, para izquierda rápida menos corta, abrirse, izquierda rápida ojo se cierra ras, para derecha bueno más en quinta se cierran.
But it was Mäkinen who was in the driving seat, leading by just 2 seconds.
Two Finns surrounding a Spaniard. What's going to happen tomorrow?
Little bullfight for sure, but we will see then how it ends up.
My tactic is keep flat out and try to win this rally.
Day 3, 8 stages, 135 kilometres, and another early start. It looked to be a Mäkinen-Sainz fight. Mäkinen was fastest on both the first 2 stages. Sainz was only a second down on Tommy on the first stage, but then it all went wrong.
Well, we have an oil leak and we lost the front diff, the center diff and the power steering, so it was difficult to...
Are they going to be able to fix it on this service?
They are going to try.
Yet again, the mechanics were being asked to work miracles, and yet again they had to keep one eye on the clock.
Okay, down at the back.
Sainz was powerless to help, the car eventually being pushed out of the service area, and obviously all was not well. His teammate Kankinen was then left chasing Mäkinen. He was quickest on the third stage, now only 9 seconds separated the two Finns. But he too was having problems. Oriol was relieved to finish 8th after all his mechanical niggles. Then came the Scandinavians. Finland's Pasi Hagström, 6th. Sweden's Thomas Jansson, 5th. Finland's Sebastian Lindholm, 4th. Finland's Jarmo Kytälehto, 3rd for the 3rd successive year. Struggling through after losing so much time, Sainz and Lewis Moyer resorted to pushing the car at one point, but to no avail. Marcus Gronholm also wouldn't finish the event. He survived stage 20, the one on which Sainz had problems, but then fuel starvation on the road section meant he was out.
But I don't know where the problem is. Maybe no fuel or something in the fuel pump, I don't know.
Juha Kankinen was fastest on one of the last 2 stages, but finished 2nd. Mäkinen was quickest on the other, the pair perfectly matched. In fact, the same top 3 as last year. To the applause of his mechanics, Mäkinen arrives at service, celebrating victory number 4. The 4th successive win in Finland puts him into the record books, confirmation too of an all-Scandinavian top 6. With all his rivals failing to finish the Rally of Finland, Mäkinen couldn't have had a better result. His lead in the Drivers' World Championship after 10 rounds, extending to 18 points. No finishes for Subaru, but they still led the manufacturers' table, although Mitsubishi were now just 8 points behind.